Hello everyone, welcome to Rising Star. My name is Ruth. Thank you for joining me. So this is a general collective message from Spirit, whatever is strongest coming through. So Spirit, what are the strongest messages coming through for the collective right now? If you were drawn to this, there's probably a message for you. All right, we have Pneuma Breath, Rebus the Androgyny, 36 and 62, the Yellowing. Okay, so this is a new version of yourself. Ash, exactly. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes. A part of you is dying away, and a part of you is being born. So it's kind of like when a snake sheds skin. You're shedding a part of yourself, an old part of yourself that doesn't fit with the new you. The new you has expanded outside of this, you know, like you've outgrown the skin that you were in. All right, Spirit. Yeah, there's like this rebirth happening, but also this cleansing. You know, like ash, like... Okay, charcoal can bind to toxins and remove them. Like you can use charcoal to filter water. Most water filters have charcoal in them. Or you can consume activated charcoal if you're sick to absorb toxins and remove them from your body. It also expands. Like if you use it internally, it expands within you. So there's something about that here, like so, also somebody could be drawing with charcoal. But there's something about like something's dying, but also there's like a detox taking place with this metaphorical death. Okay. Five of Swords. The Knight of Wands. It's like you're meeting yourself in the middle. It's like, I don't know why I've had a hard time talking lately. I feel like I'm seeing like the center of the brain. You know how there's two halves to the brain? What is the center called? I can't remember, but I feel like you're meeting yourself in the center of your brain. That sounds so weird to say. But it's like you've been back and forth or all over the place with something. And now it's like something's evening out here and you're finding yourself in the middle. Kind of like a Venn diagram type of a thing. Alright. I feel like I never get a 3D message with the alchemy cards. Page of Wands and the King of Wands. You may be beginning to understand something. There's so much fire here. It's like this fire that creates ash. Yeah, like a walking through the fire. Somebody's walked through the fire. But there's like this cleansing by fire. I'm getting cleansing by fire. Maybe you've been using fire lately, like candle magic or gazing at a fireplace or a bonfire, something like that. But also, it feels very mental. I had something else and I lost it. Yeah, there's some sort of growth taking place here. You're outgrowing something. It feels like you've gone through some sort of agitated energy where you didn't know if you were on the right path and you kept second guessing something here. But this path has led you into some sort of a rebirth. And it's been a very uncomfortable process. Like the shedding of the skin has been very uncomfortable, I feel like. Maybe you've had a lot of tower moments in your life that have led up to this point. Yeah, like very painful, very difficult. Like you feel like you've walked through the fire or you've been walking on coals. But it could be with all of this fire and air that we have here that your masculine energy was overpowering your feminine energy. And that's what this center of the brain thing is, where it's like the two sides are coming together and working together to accomplish. There's something's about to be accomplished here, or is being accomplished. Judgment. Yeah, this is a rebirth. That's weird. I'm hearing burned at the stake and crucified. But, alright, so that doesn't mean that that's something that you just went through. Maybe that's something you went through in a past life. But, okay, so you powered through something even though there were others passing judgment here. I feel like you ignored the judgment of others. Yeah, with this Five of Swords, this can be people who disagree too. So there's been a lot of disagreement, and the people who are disagreeing with you, or they have something negative to say about whatever it is you've been doing or whatever you've been moving towards, that's kind of been pulling you back here. So it's like you take one step forward and then you take two steps back. And so you've just been like edging along here, trying to get through this process. And I feel like I'm seeing someone with a chain over their shoulder, like pulling something very heavy. So you were pulling the opinions of others behind you. But I feel like this is so, like, it sounds confusing coming out of my mouth. You're pulling the opinions of others behind you, and finally you realize it's like a Ten of Wands energy. Like, I don't need to be carrying this weight, and you dropped it. And then you made it through, almost like you were in some sort of a obstacle course type of a situation. (8:18) on the clock. Three of Pentacles. I heard dropped him like a bad habit. So you're leaving somebody behind here. This is like someone that kept trying to pull you backwards. You're leaving this person behind. It could be a Scorpio, fire sign, doesn't have to be. The Page of Swords. The Chariot. Yeah, so it's like as soon as you... It's like you didn't know what to think because you had your own beliefs, but somebody else's beliefs were like trying to infiltrate your brain here. But now it's like you've dropped this, you've left something behind, and you're seeing the direction that you're supposed to be taking. Like you're very direct now with the direction that you're moving in. You're very direct with the direction you're moving in. You know exactly which direction to move in now. You've learned something. I feel like what led up to you calling judgment on this situation to releasing that chain is that you had some sort of a realization here. And I feel like, okay, it's because your feminine and masculine energies weren't working together properly. Because there's something coming together here. with the feminine and the masculine sides, or the two sides of the brain, like your logic and like creativity and logic, right? The two sides of the brain. So you're okay. What happened was you're seeing this from the other side of the brain now. Maybe you were seeing something from the very logical side, and now you're seeing something from a more creative side. It's almost like realizing that the possibilities are endless and that anything can happen if you choose to believe in it. Somebody else's belief system was pulling you backwards. But they're not anymore. I feel like you've broken free from this with the Chariot here. The Fool. Yeah, you're on like this whole new path by yourself now. Many pages. Maybe 3, but Page of Wands, Page of Swords, both masculine energies, fire and air, and then the Fool is like the master page. So you've mastered a cycle, you've mastered a lesson, and there's been some expansion here, some growth coming out of this fire. The Queen of Swords. Libra energy. 8 of Wands. Okay, so you're very clear on your beliefs now. I feel like somebody else, the Lover's on the bottom of the deck. I feel like somebody else here that you were dealing with, and it could be a group of people too, like your beliefs were starting to change from the groupthink, right? But these people kept trying to pull you back into an old belief system, and so you were trying to like break free from a belief system here. But now you're very clear on like the world as you know it, how you see things to be. You were probably having a hard time expressing this in the past, expressing why you were moving in a certain direction or taking action in a certain direction here. And so because you were having a hard time expressing it, people are able to make you doubt where you were going, what you were doing, what you believed. All right, guys, I hope that makes sense. It's like, it's kind of like an old life is dying away too. Like if this is a group of people you were involved with, you're separating from this, and you're probably not going to be closely involved with whoever this is anymore because you're moving in different directions now. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries, which we're about to have in like 11 days, 10 days. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, I feel like you kind of had to leave a group behind to do something alone here. To create something alone, to make something happen alone. But it's like, it's all going to make sense. A fiery climax approaches. It's like you're walking out of the other side of the fire. All right. Let me know if it resonates. Have a good one, guys.